And big breaking news coming in when it comes to India's push to bring economic offenders to book. And as per top government sources, there has been a five-fold jump since 2014 in the number of fugitives being brought to book. Now, as per the CBI data, this is what sources are telling CNN News 18. On an average, 4 offenders have been brought back between 2005 and 2014. In 2023, till September already, 19 offenders have been brought back. So that's the piece of breaking news that's coming in. The government putting out the record when it comes to the crackdown on economic offenders. We're getting more information that most of the repatriated are economic offenders. Some are accused of heinous crimes as well. $1.8 billion worth of assets from economic offenders have been recovered since 2014. So Prime Minister Modi's government also laying out this entire pitch that when it comes to economic offenders, those who have stolen Indian assets and gone abroad into safe havens, they are being brought to book, and the government is committed to ensuring justice. I'm joined by my colleague Arunima, who's getting us this piece of breaking news. Arunima, give us the details.
So this was at an event in CBI, that was the International Day of Police Cooperation, which was being commemorated when this data came out. Dr. Jitendra Singh, who's the Minister in charge for personnel, shared this data, and this is what we have learned, that as per the data collected between 2005 and 2013, on an average, only 4 economic offenders were brought back to the country. Some years the number went up to 5 and 6, but there has been a 5-fold jump between 2014 and up till 2023. This year, for example, the number that is being given to us is that 19 criminals have been brought back to India only till September of 2023. The numbers were far higher in previous years. In 2021, the number was 18. In 2022, 27 fugitives of law were brought back to face the law of the land here in the country. And these are not just economic offenders. These are also offenders who were accused of heinous crime, and they escaped the country trying to seek a safe haven. Why this is also important is because we broke this story this morning that one of the things India is pushing for at the G20 summit level meeting, the 9-point agenda that we accessed, showed that India was keen that the issue of economic offenders be taken up at the highest fora, and there also a mechanism be set up, a definition of who an economic offender is be set up, FATF be brought on board so that economic offenders can't find safe havens if they escape the law of the land of a particular country where they have committed a crime. So in that background, there is already some success that the Modi government has achieved as per their data between 14 since 2019 and 23. The second phase also, the numbers are only growing up, but they do want to bring in as many international collaborators and international organizations to help them take this campaign forward to ensure that economic offenders and fugitives of law cannot find safe haven anywhere.
Actually, that's the only way. Great international cooperation is the only way that this entire campaign can be expanded. And Arunima, beyond those very notable economic offenders, Vijay Mallya, Nirav Modi, who hog the limelight, if you will, when it comes to this entire campaign of the government also making it clear that beyond them, there are many economic offenders and many fugitives of the law who are extensively brought back to face justice. Beyond these names, the mechanism on the ground is working effectively, and the numbers are pointing that out.
Yes, and what they're also pointing out that ever since the 91st Interpol conference happened here in New Delhi, that level of cooperation has gone up many-fold. So this question has been asked time and again, that what is India really gaining out of hosting such big-ticket events? So the Interpol General Assembly, which was held here, what the government feels is that whatever was discussed at the Interpol General Assembly is now bearing fruit. There is much more cooperation, police-to-police cooperation, not just formal but informal also, that is giving them success. Like I said, in 2023 alone, the numbers are so high, and we are only looking at September. The numbers could be record-breaking by the end of the year. That's the government's hope. Now we are hosting the G20 summit as well. So the hope is that India is already a player at the international stage, but its ability to bring together consensus, its ability to showcase to the world as to what could be solutions to big problems of many countries, not just the developed world, but a focus on global south as well. So when you see an African Union being brought onto the decision-making table, when you see countries from South Asia being brought onto the table, it is representation of the problems that these countries face as well, and India's push for making the West realize that there is now an urgent need to consider these problems as well.
Right. Thank you, Ronima, for getting us that piece of breaking news. The government making it clear that there has been a five-fold jump in bringing these fugitives to justice since 2014. In 2023 alone, 19 have been brought to justice till September. $1.8 billion worth of assets have been seized, and the government putting this agenda of bringing economic offenders and fugitives to justice at the center stage at the G20 summit. We're going to take a quick break. More news and updates on the other side.